what happened, the main reason for the roles is when two services wants to communicate with each other, we use roles. Like for example, I have a EC2 instance, okay, and I have logged in under EC2 instance. I'm working on EC2 instance, and in the middle of EC2, while working on EC2 instance, I want to access S3. For example, I want to create a bucket. So the main purpose, or this is the main agenda for the rules, one thing. And the second point is, there, see, everything whatever we are learning till now is based on the console, right? We are creating everything on the console. But if I wanted to create something from the command line, right? So what, did you understand that what does it exactly
Yeah,
command line means, right?
yeah, see.
So yes, so if I wanted to access any of the service or any of the infrastructure thing, I want to create that also, and instead of this console I want to create from the command line. So how to create that? So for creating a command line, we need to pass the credentials. Yesterday only I explained you. See, I have this command line, command prompt in my system, okay? We have a AWS infrastructure, okay? So this is my AWS infrastructure. So AWS console, sorry, not infrastructure. I want to create one EC2 machine. So there are two ways to create one EC2 machine. One, you just directly go and log in into the console and you can go ahead and create the EC2 machine. One point. Second point is, we have a command line. We can run the command, and with that command we can go and create our infrastructure here. But we can't directly write the command and it will go and run. So have you aware about the Git, right? What is Git?
Yeah,
So a kind of version, it's a version control system only. So if
okay.
you want to use a Git in your system, see, this is my command prompt. Generally, if I wanted to write something related with the Git, I won't be able to use it, but I need to install the Git software in my machine. Then only I will be able to run the Git commands here. There are a lot of git commands are there. Git branch is there, git merge is there, git, lot of git related commands are also there. So to run those commands, we need to make my command line to be compatible with the git. Same way, this command line I want to make the compatible with the AWS, so I need to install the AWS CLI. Same, we have a Terraform
Okay.
also, right? If I wanted to run the Terraform commands, so I need to install Terraform in my system. So that will be kind of a software or MSI file which we install, which will help us to make my command line compatible with any of the tool. So here one point is about the software which I have installed. But to make the authentication, we need a access key and the secret access key. Okay, so that secret access key and access key could be anything. So there are two types of access key and secret access key we have. Now what all are those? We have one, see, this is my root account, and if I wanted to create any of the service with from the root account, how we are going to create that? So for that, we can generate our root account secret access key and access key also. Just see, click here. Under this you will get this section. If I click on create access key, sorry, this is the option. Yes, this one is the option only. Create access key, I understand. It is saying root user access key are not recommended. So see, if I create a secret access key and access key here, this is my root account, my main account. If I'll go and directly use these credentials, sometimes it's like, see, this is having all the permission, so it is not
Yeah.
recommended to use the root secret and access key, because the person who is root owner can perform any task, and if this access key and secret access key will be lost or someone can hack it, so it would be a problem for my infrastructure. So it is always recommended to create one user, and from that user go and use the infrastructure. Okay, this is one point.
Okay.
Now how to do that? Okay, now see, if you have generated also, just always delete that. Okay, don't keep it open, also delete. I want to deactivate and I want to delete it also. Okay, that's it. Now I don't have any option to use root users credentials, then how I will go and use that? So one way I have shown you, that we have user, we can create a user, and with that user we can go ahead and use the console id password, like this is the console id password, this we have generated. Okay, this. So there are again two types of access under user. One is console, other one is the command line. So console we have seen, I shown you everything related to the console. Now the second point is to use with the help of command line. So see, this is the user. Under this user, just go and create a secret credential. Okay, under the secret credential again generate, but this credentials can be used because this will be specific to the user and this user is not having any permission right now. So that's safe option we have. Download this. Now this is my command line, and now with this command line I want to use AWS S3 LS, for example. I'm not showing any other example right now. I will try to access from my system, local system. Okay, and how you will configure CLI here? Just download the AWS CLI MSI file and install that. And how to download? Just type on the Google, you will get it. AWS CLI for Windows, like that. Sorry, this is the today my internet is very slow, so I have, just give me a second. Okay, let me switch to the Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi is not working yet. So this is the link where you can go and download the MSI file. Okay, let me paste this in this. Now next point, from here if I want to access, I just directly type this access key and secret access key. How to type that? Once I will configure my AWS CLI, then I will just simply type AWS configure and enter, and it will prompt me for AWS access key and secret access key. So just simply go and type this access key, enter, and the secret access key and enter, and the region is same, and like this. Now if I'll go and run the AWS S3 command, it will again give me the error, because now this time this error is little bit different. It is showing the AWS access key ID you provided does not exist. Okay, now this time again it is showing that you don't have access. So why I don't have access? Because this user is not having the permission. So I just simply go and give the permission here, attach policy, and let's just give S3 and S3. Okay, done. Okay, now if I try again, let's just check that. Okay, just give 1 minute time. See, now I'm not getting any error, but it is not giving me any response because there is no bucket. So this is one way where I am accessing my services from my local machine. So for that what I did, I passed the credentials. Now Here I'm using only single service from my machine, but still I'm passing the credentials. Okay, so these credentials will be stored inside my machine only. What is the location? So this is the location under C drive and program file. Somewhere here you will get the AWS folder. I need to check the location. AWS. See user username. Okay, see if, under user username is this. Under this dot aws you will get the credentials. Okay, so this is the location where my credentials are stored. So right now this is my local machine, so kind of this machine is safe, right? This is in my hand. So this these access are in my local system. But for example, let me try and access the same thing with EC2. So how to do that? I'm trying to explain you three ways now. Okay, so to you will understand the differences. First was this one. I tried to connect with my local machine. Now second is this one from EC2 to S3, and the third one using access key and the secret access key. Okay, this will be the second way. This is the first way. And what is the third way? Third way is with the help of roles. So you will automatically understand the difference between this and this. Okay, let me.
So first one is CMD, which we just did, right?
Right, so this is
But
just
we
for the
also
row.
use the yeah, but we did like use the secret key and the sorry, the access key and the
Access key.
secret access key
Yes,
in the
yes,
first
yes.
one. And the second one we will directly connect from EC2 and S3. It will also we also have to use the access key and secret access key in EC2, right?
Yes,
And what's the third one?
yes. Third one is the role. For role, no need to pass this access key and secret access key. Okay, so
Oh,
that's what
okay.
the main agenda of this particular role is. It help us to access other one service from another service without passing the access key and secret access key. So this
Okay,
is
I got it. Okay.
more secure than this option. We have a lot of options available, but this, because see this option, in this option the access key and secret access key will store inside this EC2 machine. So it's kind of, it's a public, right? The person who is having
Yeah.
a access of EC2 who can directly get my access key and secret access key. So I don't want that. So for to hide this information we have a rule. Let's just do practically, then you'll understand. Okay, so
Yeah.
launch the instance. Okay, so here here no need to configure AWS CLI, because as this is the AWS machine, so automatically AWS CLI is configured. But still now if I want to access S3 from here, so it will not allow. It will say you don't have credentials, you have to pass the credentials. So command line credentials we need to pass to use these command lines commands, right? Here what we are doing, we are accessing the services with the help of commands. So for that we need to pass the credentials. So what I will do, there are two ways to pass the credentials. I can go and directly pass my root credentials, so that they will have the full permission. But instead of that, I can go and pass my users credentials also. So with this users credentials, I can go and use my machine.
So you are using the same AWS configure command?
Yes, yes, same
Okay.
command only. Here, see, it is showing that the same command. So just simple paste and enter. And under this, pass the same credentials. Paste it here and paste here. So US East 1 I want to give, enter.
So can we use the sudo command under user? No, right?
Yes, yes, we can use.
But
Which user you are talking?
like the John user, if we log
John
in
user.
as a
Hmm.
okay, so can we also create let's say in the Linux machine if we use if
Okay,
only
I got your
user.
doubt. I got your doubt. You want instead of EC2, if we want to log in from John, whether we have access to login John or not, right? This is the
Yeah,
question. So for
yeah.
that, there are little bit extra configuration you need to do. One, you need to give the permission to John, the EC2 permission, IAM, and under IAM, first you need to give the permission to
And as we use the secret key, John don't has to use that, right?
John have to
Like
use that. Yes, still
the
they have to
key.
use that. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Uh, I'm also trying this. Let's just see that he has to use that. Easy to. Okay, I have given. Now let's just try to switch user. Maybe I don't know whether it will work or not. But okay, switch user. John. John does not exist. Okay, it is saying that we don't have user. So this is the Linux machine. Now, okay, I got that. So the problem here is, let me tell you the exact problem. See,
Mhm.
this machine which I have created is having a username called EC2.
EC2.
Here, here, see this one. From where we will get that,
Yeah.
right? So we can't access with the John. But if John wants to get inside that machine, he can get inside, but with the help of this command lines only. Like for example, right now I am trying to access S3, but if John wants to access EC2 also, so then he can go and access this with the help of command line. Like for example, uh, AWS EC2 list command. What is the command for that? I guess this is the only command.
I think we have to like in this machine in this EC2 instance machine we have to manually create the different
Yes,
users,
yes, yes.
and then only they can let's say I'm just creating the web server and under that I will make but that's a very big thing.
No, yes, that's what I'm trying to explain you. See, in Azure, I'll tell you one thing. The difference between the question which you have asked is very common question, and yes, that has to be there. See, in Azure, what happened? Azure may when we create a machine, so they give two options. One option is if you want to log in with the help of key pair, or if you want to
Mhm.
create your own custom user. Okay, so when we select this option, they prompt us two option. One, type your username, and the other one is the password. So what we do, we can create our own username and password. Like for example, either it could be John, either it could be Kanchan, anything. okay, and we can generate the password. So when we log in first time, like I have typed EC2, instead of that we can go ahead and use this users.
Okay.
But in AWS the problem is, initially for the first time you need to use the default user, that is EC2. And now if you want to access with the John, you need to create add user, and then John you need to create. Okay, so it is asking for sudo permission, sudo, like that, and type sudo pass wd and type the password for John. So let me type the password like that. Okay, so I got that. Now we have generated id and password. Now if I'll try to access that, let's see what it is asking. Let's just type the password. It will not work, I guess, but let's see. We need to do some more changes here. Instead of that, I want to ask join with John. See, it is not working because it is asking for the public key. So to change that option, the public key option, we need to go inside one file, that is just switch to the switch user, and that file will be nano slash etc slash ssh slash shd config file. Under this file we need to inform this option. We need to stop that option like this. Password authentication should be off, and I want password authentication yes, and the other part which I want to give there might be one more option. What is that? Okay, just yes, like this. No. Okay, and now we need to restart the service. Restart. Okay, service ssd, sorry, restart to get this. Okay, now if I try and access the John user with the password, so let's try that again. But maybe here and try to access John. Still yes, now it is prompting for me password. Okay, now if I'll go
Yeah.
and type the password, then enter, and yes. No, I don't want that. Okay, see, now I have logged in with John. So understood how we
Yeah.
now. Yeah. John, let's just try and access S3 from John. See, it is saying again you need to pass the credential to access this. So just quickly go and type the AWS CLI configure file. Now pass the access key and secret access key related with the John. So just pass it and paste it here, and just copy that and US East 1. Okay, now run the command again. See, I am able to run the command, right?
Okay.
Here. Now the problem here is, if you go to this location or to this file .aws.credentials, see, my access key and secret access key is been stored inside this credentials, which is not good. I don't want that. So let me quickly go and remove that rm-rf, and this is the location. Okay, this is the file I want to remove that. So I don't have any credentials file right now. So if I'll try again running the same command, it will again prompt me to type that. I don't want that. Now let's just do one thing.
Can you before that, can you do sudo? Can you use sudo command in this one?
No, 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 no. We don't use. We can't use that. If I try to use, it will not give me because I have not given the
Yeah,
sudo
I want to
privileges.
know the error. Okay.
Okay. Sudo. What command you want? Like sudo
Just
yum update.
sudo
Let's
su.
see. Sudo command not found. And sudo switch user. It will give the permission. See, sudo is not found because you have not given a
Okay.
sudo permission to use this user. If you want to give, then you need to edit the vi sudo file. Under that vi sudo file, you need to pass this user. So this
And
is related.
whatever permissions we give to the John user, it will apply to this one, right? Let's say if we give him the IAM permissions or the CloudWatch permissions, it will directly apply to John,
John
this user,
only.
right? Okay.
Yes. Yes. See, right now my John is having only two permissions. One is EC2 and the other one is the S3. So
Yeah.
it is
Okay.
only able to access those two
Two
services.
services.
So from command line we can easily see, but from the sorry from GUI we can easily see the difference. From command line we need to run the commands. Okay. So now next point. I don't want my credential to be go there. Okay, it is again found me. As we don't have any credential right now, but still I want to uh, access S3. So now how to do that? So simply just go and create a role. Okay, under that role, create role, and I want what service is using EC2 use is using, right here. From EC2 I'm trying to access S3. So the flow will go from this side to this side. So EC2 will have the services that is S3 access. So then next, under that what permission you want to give? I want to give S3 full permission, for example S3 permission, and then next, and create a role. Okay, no, role name is EC2 to S3. Okay, create role. Okay, and create role. Okay, okay, the role is created. Now go to EC2 machine. Under EC2 machine, click here, and under action, under security, modify IAM role, you will get the option this EC2 to S3. Just click on that and update IAM role. So now what you did, you have made the connection between EC2 and S3 without access key and secret access key. So now if again you go here and type AWS S3 ls, you will get the proper response. And if you will see right now I don't have any credentials present in my machine. See, there is no credentials file. So without credentials also I am able to access the S3. So this is the
And
benefit.
whether the user have permission or no, but if he is or she using this EC2 instance, can able to access the S3, right?
That also, let's try that. For example, if I am, let's
If you
try
just
that.
remove the
S3.
uh yeah, S3 permission.
From John, let's just remove the S3 permission. Okay, let's remove this. Let's see. And just remove. Sorry. Now let's try that. Yes, it will access.
Okay, and can you use that same thing in the command prompt?
Here,
Yeah.
role thing. Let's try that also. No, no, we can't use that
Okay.
because this command prompt we are not assigning any role here.
Yeah, yeah. It's fine. I
Yeah,
just
that's
want
why.
to see the error.
No, we won't see that. If you want to see also, then it will prompt me the error that it is not having permission.
Okay. Yeah.
See, if I try here and if I type AWS S3 LS, sorry, S2 S3, it is saying access denied.
Okay.
So understood roles part.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now, so this is about roles. Now next part we are moving towards the permission boundaries. So how to use the permission boundaries? What is permission boundaries? Any idea related with the permission boundary?
Name is showing like that we are just creating some like what kind of permissions we can give, some boundaries to the permissions.
What type of boundaries you think?
Like in as like let's say in particular service as three, we can create some boundaries that this kind of permission can be given to someone or no, not other than that. Maybe. I don't know.
See, what happened here is, let's see this. Okay, now we have a user, John, which is having admin permission. So it means, let's have one another example also. We have a administrator group, admin group. Okay, admin group. Under admin group we have two users or two employees who are working. So if I'll add these two inside this group, they will have the complete access because they are the admin and the administrator permission is been assigned here. Okay, so whatever permission we have in the group, they will get that. So these two user will have the administrator permission. One point. Recently, third person is joined in the team and he is new. So I added him inside this group, right? So by default, because this user is added inside this group, he will get the administrator right also. So though he is new, he is having full permission, but I don't want that. I want, as he is new, so he could only get the access of EC2. That's it, not other services. So what I can do, he is having an administrator permission, but I want to limit him with EC2. So I will set the permission boundary for him that you can get only EC2 access. So what does this diagram means? We have a admin group. Okay, under admin group we have a administrator permission. We have a user John who is also having a admin group of access, but because of the permission boundary set to him for EC2, so what is common in that? Like by default, if John is having administrator permission and because of admin group they are having administrator permission, but because of permission boundary, what is common? That is EC2. So the common permission which is been set inside the permission boundary, this access will only be there for the job. Are you able to understand?
So we can also create the inbound permissions as well for particular user. Is it not a best practice?
What is inbound? Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't get your
sorry.
question.
Inline permission
Inline,
which we.
inline also we need to see that whether we are getting the inline permission option or not. But no, we are not able to see the inline permission. We can only create a custom permissions and the AWS managed permission. Two types of permissions only, not inline.
Okay.
Okay.
Policy, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, policy. Hmm.
Okay.
So, permission boundaries for IAM entity, user and role. A permission boundary is an advanced feature for using a managed policy to set the maximum permission that an identity based policy can grant to an IAM identity. So, this is the diagram. It is saying, see, this user is having these four permission, and the permission boundary is set the common effective permission, the common permission, like that. See, they have a lot of permission, but we want to limit also, though they have a full permission, but still they are not able to access. So that effective permission is called as a permission boundary. Now let me show you practically, then you will understand. See, right now, instead of this EC2 full permission, remove that. Okay, I'm removing that. So I am giving to him as administrator access. Okay, administrator access means the full control. So he is having full control. Okay, so if I'll try and log in here, let's just use these credentials. Okay, now under this, because they have administrator access, so he is able to see all the services, everything. EC2 also he is able to see, S3 also he is able to see. Okay, now I want to set the permission boundaries to him, that he can only access S3, not other. So what I'll do, I'll set the permission boundary and set boundaries, and I will give only S3 access to him. Create. Okay, so what we have done, we have changed the permission boundary. Now if again I try and access EC2 from here, see, so have you understood what I have done?
Yes.
Yes, so this is the benefit and the advanced feature we have for users, that is permission boundaries. Okay, so let me remove that. Okay, so yeah, now any doubt till now?
No.
Okay, so we have one more option called MFA. So what do you understand by MFA? Multi-factor
Multi-factor
authent.
authentication.
Yes. So we can enable MFA also. So for this user, I want to enable MFA, for example. So we have these three options. One is we can use a authenticator app. We can use a security key if you have. We can use any hardware also, right? So right now we have only option left with us is the authenticator app. So just go and download Google Authenticator in your mobile. Okay. So once you
Mhm.
download that, just open that. Okay, I have not yet downloaded also. Let me quickly download that. Google Authenticator. Okay, and if I'll go and select that, it is installing. And next, okay, device name is okay, Google, for example. Next, so here it is asking install this Google Authenticator app and then show the QR. So this, scan this QR code, open. Let me scan that. Scan the QR. Okay, allow. So it will ask me to scan. So I have scanned it, and it is showing one number to me. So it is showing 227217. Okay, and now again it is showing one more, 467785. Okay, then add MFA. So what I have done, I have enabled MFA for this account. Now if I again go and log out from here, and if I log in back and using the same password, this password. Okay, this is the password. So okay, what's wrong? Okay, ठीक है. Let me fill the this also. Account ID, this is my account ID, and we have this option. So let's just type that and type John. Let's sign in. See, it is not getting me in. It will ask me the code, so I will type the code and it will allow me submit. So now I am able to get inside. So understand the purpose and the use of MFA. It's kind of
Yeah.
a double verification, just the way we get OTPs while we log in our any other account where we have enabled the two-way
Two-factor
authentication,
authentication.
two-factor authentication. Sorry. Okay,
Yes.
so this is one point, and I have one more option. I want to show you that. Yeah, this one. Under account setting option, you will get this password policy option. Now, what is this password policy? Just go and edit that. You can set your own password policy. Default is the 8 character minimum password is required, one uppercase, lowercase, number, and non alphanumeric character, like that should be there. But I want to customize my password policy. So how can we do that? Simply click on customization and you can change the character. Like for example, I want 18 character long password, and I want only uppercase cases, and I want at least one number. That's it. And turn on the password expiration. I want my password should be expired within 30 days or 60 days, like that. And the password expiration required administrator reset, allow user to change their own password, like this. And I can save that, set the custom. So for all the user which I am going to create now will have this problem, like, or not, will have this requirement, sorry, not problem, configuration, the password required for the IAM user. So if I'll go and generate any of the user now, let's add any user. Let's have John 2 okay. And if I'll try and I want to create that, okay, see, it is showing 18 character long, at least one upper character, and this is the number. So leave that and then next, and not any policy, and create user. So it will show you the password, 18 character long password now. Understood this part?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one more option. Let me switch back to the default one. So let's have the same, set default. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.